Hi, good afternoon everyone, mga kasyala. There's a lot of questions na naka-comment na natin sa atin. Ang sabi is in yung manufacturing organization na employees daw ang madalas na reason ng mga problema. So, well said, I would like to share based on my experience. Sabi nga, Sir, paano naman ang problema ng mga tao o empleyado? May pag-asa pa po bang organization namin? Do you believe that 95% of failure is the system within the organization and only 5% is caused by the employees? Why? According to W. Edwards Deming, who is a renowned quality consultant in 1900s, if we do not fix the system, then we expect the same problem to occur repeatedly or paulit-ulit lang. Example, kung ang empleyado natin ay dishonest, yet we don't have a system to detect dishonesty and no system to reprimand dishonesty, then tuloy lang ang problema. So, ano ang gagawin ng sistema? As a leaders of the organizations, it is our responsibility to develop effective methods and systems to deter and detect dishonesty. We need to develop a system that encourages employees to commit dishonesty. Anumang problema na may kinalaman sa empleyado tulad ng dishonesty, non-performance, non-compliance, attitude problems, all of this we need to build effective systems to shield our organization from these nightmares. Remember the 95 rule. The 95% of the problem is due to the system and only 5% is due to the employees. We need strong leaders to build that. Thank you and good afternoon everyone. Hope you enjoy and hope may natutunan kayo. Maraming salamat po. Bye-bye. Hello, good afternoon. It's me again, your Kashala Mark. Mayroon naman tayong bagong isi-share. Ang sinasabi nila, ano po bang sikreto? What is the secret of being productive? Guys, in a Lean Six Sigma, the secret being productive is to work smart, not hard. People who know how to prioritize are more productive than those who don't. When you feel overwhelmed at work or kahit sa buhay, remember the 80-20 principle rule, also known as the Pareto principle. As per 80-20 rule, 20% is the input, is the responsible for the 80% of the output. These principles encourages us to prioritize sa mga gagawin natin sa buhay o sa office o sa bahay. At sa mga problemang dumarating, kung lahat ay gusto nating gawin, kung lahat ay gusto nating solusyonan, kung lahat ay may reaction tayo, baka may stress lang tayo at wala tayong matapos. When you feel overwhelmed, always remember the Pareto principle. Identify your 20% that can deliver the 80% of the result. Doon tayo mag-focus sa 20%. Believe me, hindi ka ma-overwhelm at ma-stress sa buhay basta ginamit mo ang 80-20% rule or the Pareto chart ka lang, katapat na yan, okay na. Again, mga kasyala, once again, good afternoon and have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi, it's me again, your Kashala Mark. I would like to share again though, we have another question. Automation and Six Sigma, which is better? If you automate a flowed process, you are simply speeding up delivery of a product service, and that can have a serious consequence for your customers and your business. Automation and Six Sigma are the two distinct disciplines, but when you use them together, they create a very powerful, lasting improvements. These are the critical aspects of a Six Sigma that automation alone cannot address, like identifying the root cause, always recurring customer issues, or empowering employees to work smarter, or enhancing decision making and critical skill of your employees. While automation boosts efficiency and minimizes errors, Six Sigma provides the structure and the problem-solving mindset and data-driven approach needed to ensure that the process itself is optimized before automation is applied. to achieve truly sustainable development and impact result is strongly recommend refining and streamlining your process using Six Sigma and automating them, as the approach will not only enhance efficiency but also to set you apart as a leader of your industry. Once again mga kasyala, this is Mark. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. It's me again, your Kasyala Mark. Another questions that bring up to my concerns is effective ba ang monthly incentive? Well, sa iba, if it is effective or not effective, I must share my own opinion based on my experience. Kung ang objective natin in giving incentives is to improve business performances or business performance, gumamit tayo ng balance scorecard. And a balance scorecard, kasi people are measured on 4 major elements. The number 1 is the financial metrics. Number 2 is the customer metrics. Number 3 is the process metrics. And number 4, the learning and growth, kung paano tayo mag-i-improve sa bawat ginagawa natin. And kung ang criteria natin in giving incentive is one-dimensional, let's say financial only, performance. So tinitignan lang natin ang monthly sales. So expect other elements to be compromised. Because, why? Because people may tend to focus on selling and ignoring the quality. Customer satisfaction, process compliance, and personal development. And it is not good for the business. Incentives can definitely improve organizational performance if we use the right system. And when it comes designing incentive program, I will include consistency of performance as one of the elements in my design. Mas mabibigyan ko ng mabigat na timbang syempre kapag nakakapag-deliver ka ng consistent results. Hope this helps. Thank you.